So for today's stock chart analysis video, we're going to review 6 stocks. So dito, SGP, MER, APX, SE, APX, SEB, and PHR. And if you have any stock charts na gusto nyo mapag-usapan for analysis, you can just comment down below yung inyong mga stock requests, and sa susunod na video, I'll try to make an analysis on those stocks. So as usual, punta muna tayo sa PSEI para sa overall market conditions. So, PSEI, ayun. So, previously sa 24K to 1M challenge and sa previous stock chart analysis video, napag-usapan natin na it's possible na early signs of reversal na yung nangyari sa PSEI. And mukhang ayun na nga talaga sana yung mangyayari, but because of the overall market conditions, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, but sa US as well, because of Trump, yung mga tariffs and other na mga negative conditions. So, mukhang nagkaroon ng bentahan sa PSEI. So, supposedly, ito yung range ng PSEI, Tapos, ang inaabangan sana natin is yung MA100 bumaba na dun sa range and then magkaroon ng breakout. Pero, ang nangyari is nagkaroon siya ng breakdown dun sa range na yon. So, nagkaroon ng bentahan noong April 3, tapos April 4, nag-breakdown. And of course, napag-usapan rin natin yung last time na it's still a possibility kahit mukhang malakas yung market and mukhang may signs of reversal na siya. Ngayon, pwedeng bumaba pa yung market, back to these levels, yung sa 5.8 to 5.954, around that area, kasi ito yung support niya, itong range na to. But if hindi naman na dyan bumalik, and bumalik siya dito sa taas, bumalik sa part ng range, tapos bababa na yung MA100 para pumasok siya sa range, and then pwedeng mangyari na yung napag-usapan natin before na magbe-breakout siya sa range plus MA100 to confirm na yung reversal ng market. So, let's see kung ano mangyayari this coming trading week or probably the week after that, kung ano yung magiging takbo ng market. So, first stock, pag-usapan natin dito. So, dito, ganun pa rin siya. Nagkaroon pa rin ng support dun sa kanyang double bottom. So, basically ngayon, triple bottom na siya, Pag nilagyan natin ng line dito, ayun, kitang-kita na nag-support talaga siya dun sa area na yun, which is around 1.16, 1.18 area. And if I remember correctly, na-review ko na din to before, itong stock na dito. And then, sabi ko is, magra-range lang siya dito, If it's going to break out from this range, pwede niyang i-reach tong double top. Kapag nag-breakdown, then the support is just here. Again, ako hindi ko masyadong tinitrade tong dito because it's news-driven, heavily news-driven. And I think meron na naman ata tong bagong hype. That's why nagkaroon ulit ng move. Parang nagbago ata sila ng directors ba? Or ng CEO or ng COO, something like that. So, probably nabuhayan yung mga market players para pasukin tong stock na to. So, kahit nag-reach siya dito sa support, hindi ko to nabili because I wasn't expecting, of course, a great move, So, probably, binili na to ng mga market players and probably they already know kung ano yung possible news na mangyayari kaya naunahan nila yung move, So, ngayon, if you were lucky enough or had the trade objective to buy this at the support, and then ngayon, so, ito kasi yung kanyang range, diba? Ito, this area here or here. So, ibig sabihin yung 1.54 to 1.56, talagang resistance yan kasi previous support. And then, andun din yung MA50. So, if you're in this for a quick trade, so, kung nakabili ka dito, I assume either nakabenta ka na dito or may plano ka magbenta. So, that's already 26-25%. So, that's already a good gain kung quick trade. So, I don't expect this to reach itong range na to agad-agad, unless sobrang lakas talaga ng news or ng hype. And syempre, mas less yung chance na maabot niya tong triple top na to. I mean, itong double top na pwede maging triple top in the near term. So, matagal-tagal pa. So, ito, I wouldn't suggest entering this stock at this levels na kasi risky na masyado. And since heavily news-driven nga, hindi natin alam kapag nagbago yung news, pwede magkabentahan lang din ulit. So, not suggested for traders who aren't active sa pag-monitor ng stock market. So, next up, SGP. So, SGP, current support is at this area, which is 10.12. So, I think ito yung naging support area niya, itong range na to. So, yung previous resistances na yan. And then, currently, ang resistance niya, of course, is ito, yung kanyang recent swing high, which is nung Feb 13 pa. So, that's around 12.30. So, basically, yung range ng SGP is this. So, malaki-laki yung range niya, no? So, if you're able to buy here, and then ito na yung almost top ng range. If you're a range trader, then it's probably a good time to sell since nasa 16%, 18% range na, no? If you're a short term to swing duration na trader, no? So okay na yun. If you're a breakout trader naman or momentum trader, depende sa galaw pag breakout niya sa range, you can still buy and then probably sell at the top dito sa near 14. So ilang gain pa ba to? So 13%, no? 10 to 13% possible gains pa kapag nag-break out yan, tas malakas yung momentum. But not looking really good based sa itsura ng MAs. So, possible na matagal-tagal pa yung consolidation. It will take a very strong buying pressure to break out from this range, lalo na down yung market. Pwede lang din bumaba to. So, probably ito yung next na support area pa rin niya. So, magiging double bottom, no? And of course, pag nag-breakdown yan dyan, then the next support is around this area na. And you can also look at it sa parallel channel. So, ito yung possible na support niya. So, here, pwedeng maging dito yung support, which meron pa rin confluence dito sa area ng 9.96 to 10 area. So next up, MER or Meralco. So looking good sa MER, no? It's a 52-week high breakout recently lang. So triple bottom, and then nag-breakout siya nung March 6, pero naging fake out, pero eventually nag-breakout din siya. So ito yung naging new range niya, no? So nag-fake out pero nabalik niya. So nag-breakout talaga siya nung March 21 para i-confirm. But if you're able to buy here sa breakout, hindi ka rin naman siguro na-shake out nito, no? Or napakat loss kasi around 5.14%. If your stop is not that tight, pwedeng naging dito yung stop below this area. So between 6 to 8%. So ngayon, kung hawak mo to, then that means up na ng 8%. Looking good sa MER or MER. So usually hindi affected masyado ng ng galaw ng overall market kasi nga it's a utility company. No way power, no energy. So kahit ano naman yung mangyari, hindi naman affected kasi lahat naman kailangan ng kuryente. So not that much issue, kaya siguro patuloy yung pagtaas niya despite the uncertainty sa overall markets. So, tingnan natin yung possible resistance ng Meralco. So, actually, all-time high na pala siya, no? Wala nang ibang resistance eh. Oo nga, all-time high na siya. So, looking good. Basically, yung 52-week high breakout pala niya is 80H na yun. So, okay sa Meralco ngayon. It's looking good. Kung nakabili siguro ako nito, I'll probably just momentum trend follow, no? Sell na lang on the breakdown of the supports, which is right now, itong 500 area. So, hawak lang din, 'di ba? Kasi it'll just create a new range sa area ng MER. So, dito siya. That's probably the new range. So, pag nag-breakout pa dyan ulit, then it's a possible move higher. And kapag nag-breakdown, then ang kailangan lang naman bantayan yan is pag nag-below siya ng 490. Because that means mababa na siya sa MA20, MA50, and MA100. But right now, really looking good. Solid tong stock na to. Next up, APX. So, disclaimer lang, if you've also watched yung 24K to 1M challenge. So, meron akong APX and hawak ko pa rin siya ngayon. So, ayan, average price 4.7342. So, here's the current range ng APX and nag-breakout siya dyan nung March 31, which created the up move. And then, currently, ang resistance ng APX is 6.05 to 6.20 kasi yan yung multi-year high resistance niya. And possible psych resistance sa 6. So, minor lang yan. So, ngayon dito sa APX, ang ganda nung galaw niya for the past few days pero nagkaroon ng bentahan nung April 4. Probably because of the uncertainty again sa overall markets since it's related sa gold, no, sa commodity, yung APX since it's a gold mining company. So, hindi natin sure kung kaya pa ba niyang abutin itong 6.05 to 6.20. So, right now, that's a 8% to 11%, no, move higher para ma-reach niya itong mga resistance na to. So, sa ngayon, if you're a trend follower and hawak mo tong APX and kung nakuha mo siya relatively lower, then that means the area to look at is itong 5.13, no? Kasi if from here mag-breakdown siya dito, then that's something na hindi okay because that means mabagal na yung trend kasi sobrang lalim ng pullback niya. So, pwedeng pagpunta niya dito, makahabol na yung MA20. So, probably mag-bounce sa MA20 tapos mag-create ulit ng bagong consolidation dito sa area na to. So, matagal-tagal, no? But, of course, if you're a position trader or in it for the long-term na outlook, then there's nothing to worry about kung mag-pullback siya dito. Lalo na kung maganda yung support na mangyari. But, of course, if you're a short-term trader, then hindi ideal, no, na pumunta pa siya dito sa baba because that means yun nga magko-consolidate and then ipit or tenga yung allocation na rin pera. So, I'll be discussing my trade plan dito sa APX sa vid ko ng 24K to 1M challenge. So, I'm going to create a video tomorrow siguro and I'll upload that Monday morning. Mas pag-uusapan ko dun yung dissection ng trade since it's a part of my portfolio there. So, next up, SEB or Cebu Pacific. So, ang ganda nung run-up ng SEB. I think, ang ganda nung pagka-support niya dito sa area na to, which is yung major support pa niya since August 2024. And then, nag-support din nung December and then end ng January, nag-support din siya. Tapos, ang ganda rin nung run-up niya. So, ngayon, titingnan natin kung ano yung possible resistance ng SEB. So, of course, itong area na to. So, matagal niya ng resistance to, no? Triple top around 37.85. So, of course, ito yung pinaka-optimistic na price point na pwede niyang ma-reach. But if you're going to look sa area na to, currently kaya nahihirapan yung SEB is because meron siyang resistance na tinatamaan here. So yung double top na to, no, ayun pa rin yung tinatamaan niyang resistance. So ngayon dito sa SEB, probably nagre-range siya. Nagre-range siya dito sa price na to. So if mag-breakout yung SEB dito sa range na to, and then okay yung market, then there's a good chance, no, na mag-move higher siya towards reaching this point. But of course, hindi naman yung sigurado kasi nga uncertain ngayon yung overall market conditions. So, mas mataas yung chance na pwedeng mag-consolidate lang siya or even break down. But of course, if nakakuha ka ng SEB at a much lower price, then there's nothing to worry about sa galaw niya ngayon. Because even if it breaks down sa price na to, sasaluhin na yun ng MA50 or ng MA100 by that time. And then, pagko-consolidate lang ulit ng matagal, tapos ayun na ulit yung chance niya para mag-breakout to try to reach above 37 price area. Pero ito, yung sa range niya ngayon, although malabo na mangyari mag-breakout siya dito because of the uncertainty, if mangyari siya, that means mataas yung chance, no, na ma-reach niya tong point na to kasi mahina na yung market tas mag-breakout pa siya. So, ibig sabihin, malakas yung buying pressure. So, last stock, PHR. So, I think 2 weeks ago din ata or more than 2 weeks ago, napag-usapan ko tong stock na to sa isang stock chart analysis. So, I think March 17 ata yun or March 19, not really sure. But yung na-comment ko sa stock na to is heavily news-driven din siya, no? Parang dito lang din. So, nung nag-breakout siya dito ata sa MA20, I was anticipating na yung maging resistance niya is this area. So, yung 3150 because it's a recent swing, a recent high niya. So, basically, yung range nung PHR is ito. So, ayun nga, nagkaroon talaga ng resistance dito sa March 21, no? And then, nagkaroon siya ng breakdown nung March 27. Tapos, dire-diretso yung bentahan. And then, nagkaroon ng sobrang lakas na bentahan nung April 2. Tapos, nabawi lang din, no? Sobrang lakas. From a drop of 28%, from 28% kasi from March 31, ito yung low niya nung day ng April 2. And then from there, nag-close siya here. So, that's almost a 95% gain, no? 94% less fees. So, grabe ang lakas ng PHR. But again, hindi ko rin pinansin tong PHR kasi heavily news-driven. And as I've said dun sa 24K to 1M challenge, more on position trade, swing, and trend follow yung mga objectives. So, walang laro ng mga grabing capitulation plays, walang hyper momentum trades or walang scalp trades, no? Kaya hindi ko nagalaw tong PHR and hindi napasok sa watchlist ko. So ngayon, since nag-breakdown siya dito sa price na to, of course, ito yung magiging resistance and nakaabang na rin agad yung MA20, no? So kung nakapagbili ka ng stock na to nung April 2 or nung April 3, it's a good time to sell na rin dito sa area na to, no? So if you're able to buy dito sa levels na to, hindi na masama, no? 37-38% in a span of a few days. So, hindi na kailangan maging masyadong greedy para isipin na umabot pa siya dito para sa 80% gain or ma-reach niya pa ulit yung 0.50 levels, no? So, hindi natin sure kung pwedeng mangyari yun. But, a 30% gain is already too much to pass on, lalo na sa mga stocks na ganito, no? Yung basura stock na heavily news-driven lang. Wala sanang problema kung mag-hold on ka sa mga gains na 30% or more than if talagang fundamentally sound yung stock tapos hindi siya yung heavily news driven at hindi yung basta-basta chinuchupit ng mga traders. So yun, PHR very risky na no since tumaas na siya ng more than 100% from the lows of the previous days. So ayun, that ends our stock chart analysis video for Dito, SGP, MER, APX, SEB, and PHR. So again, if you have any stock requests, you can just comment down below and mapapag-usapan natin yan sa next stock chart analysis video. So thank you so much for watching.